What's going on, everyone? Train Freak here, and today I've got a very short layout update I would like to share with you. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I went and found these three houses at a local hobby shop. Ended up picking them up already pre-built. Not real sure if I like the colors or not. I might keep the colors the way they are, but I'm thinking of maybe at least giving them a wash, and I might try to put like maybe a room divider or something in there, so that way I can maybe mimic a nighttime effect, especially in one of the houses. But I went ahead, added a couple of cars to them. They're not glued in, they're just sitting there. But not ready to do scenery here yet, but I thought this would be a good filler to go on, you know, the town of Wiener, and that way I had like, you know, a little bit of commercial, and then it starts going into residential before Valley Grove's elevator replaces Riceland. So wanted to start there. I did get a couple of packages in of some future products and kits that I'm going to be working on. I got a couple of kits from our very own Jim Tedesco. He built a 3D printed steam crane for me that I'm going to use at the sawmill. There's a log claw for it. And then there's a small, I want to say it's like a Caterpillar tractor that's also going to have a claw. And when I get ready to do the scrapyard, which I'm thinking about maybe doing in Hickory Ridge as well, I'll use that. Another kit I got in is a Pro Grass layering system starter kit from War World Scenics. They're out of the UK, so it is static grass. It comes with two different types of glues. The box, it's laser cut wood, and it even comes with, like, you know, static grass and stuff. So eventually I will get into this kit a little bit more when I start getting ready to do static grass over that way. So, and speaking of that way, you can kind of see I have a thing of thread here, and what I have worked on is all of the power poles, not this one, but this one on back. I have installed power lines, or telephone lines. There we go. Eventually, I will get to this pole here. I'm just not ready to do it yet because I still got a lot of scenery to do behind it. So I don't want to try to fight with it for the time being. But the way I did those are Rix products. So I have a package right here. Rix Products Telephone Poles. This is a 2 cross-arm kit, but you can actually do more than 2. Because if you do any singles, like that one there, oops. Well, let's see here. If you do any singles like that there, you can even eventually use some to make triples. So, the paints I used Territorial Beige for the pole and the cross arms. And I only did one coat because it already came like in a darker brown. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. But you can see the one coat kind of left that darker brown showing through a little bit, which that kind of gives it a little bit of age. The cross arm supports was done by Folk Arts Dove Gray, and then the insulators I used Apple Barrel White, Barn Red, and New Shamrock. So let's see if I can rotate this one, and you can see where I use the red in the middle right by the pole. That's the power lines. The white ones are being used for signals, and not signals, telegram, telecommunications, that type of stuff. And the green is used for CTC signaling. So that's how I did that. So that's really the only thing that I've done in that area. And then the way I ended up, well, after I painted them, I added some Testors gloss coat, top coat to it to kind of give it more of a pop, or more of a shine. And then the way I ended up doing it is I used a toothpick, I used some super glue, dabbed some super glue on the top of the insulator, laid the string on it, and then hit it with some accelerators so that way it would, you know, automatically glue in there. And the easiest way to do this, especially when you got multiple cross arms, do the bottom cross arms first and start at the pole, work your way from the center to the outer. And that way you're able to keep your tension a little better. Some of the wires are a little looser than others, but it'll be okay. I don't even think the real railroad got it working perfectly. All right, the next thing I worked on is this locomotive. And so this one is my first locomotive that has Soundtraxx Blunami in it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to demo it because I'm using my phone to record this video, but I can use DCC with it as well. I went ahead, this is a Bachmann, and I took out the incandescent or the other bulbs that they had in there, and I, you know, wired in LEDs. But let's see here if I can do this. I'm having to hold the shift button down on my controller. Let's see, go 5. I added classification lights. I don't know if you just saw those come on. I'll do it again. Right above the number board. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. Alright, so you see those came on, and we've also added the ground lights. So we got ground lights here, classification marker lights up there, and I do have classification marker lights on the back as well. So that was kind of a fun project, and I will tell you, ever since I did this install with Blunami, programming is so much easier. You don't even have to have JMRI to do the programming. You can do it all through the app, and it's set up just like JMRI for the most part. So highly recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this guy down or mute it. I've got several other locomotives in the background that's making a racket, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? So it was a little time consuming, but not too terrible. The main time consuming part was gluing in the classification lights. Okay. And then the last thing I worked on, which is not even part of the layout at all, and it's still being worked on, is this year I got asked to be the railroading instructor for the Boy Scouts America Natural State Council for our what we call our Merit Badge University. So it's basically a day where we teach the leaders or counselors teach 3-hour classes, and I have been asked to teach the railroading merit badge. And one of their requirements is they have to compete in a switching puzzle. So this is what I've been working on. I've been working on this as a switching puzzle. It is 2 separate pieces, and I apologize that that side's darker, and that's because it's partially sitting under the layout. But the way this switching puzzle works, it's based off of the Time Waster 540 that I found online. Locomotive brings in 4 cars, and you already got 2 cars on the layout. Well, these 2 cars, Pacific Fruit Express, we have another one there. We got a Wilson and Company, and it's the same thing here. It's got the WCLX reporting marks just like that one back there. These 2 cars have to go to this track here. We're going to say there's an icing dock for them to go get iced. We're going to say all these cars are empty. Those 2 cars have to go to their respective spots. So the PFE's got to go here, the Wilson's got to go there, and then the Rock Island and the Mopac Eagle cars will have to go to this track here, spotted in a specific order. And then you have to take the locomotive and bring it back where the Wilson car is. And you're timed. And so when you're timed on that, I do plan on giving a prize out to the fastest time. on that. But their requirement is they have to participate in a switching puzzle, and they have to record their time. So that is the reason why I'm building this, and I did build it in 2 pieces. I ran out of track. This is all Pico track. Ran out, and I've been waiting to be able to go to the hobby shop, and I'm hoping that maybe I can get there before this weekend. 2 more sticks will get it done, because 1 stick will do both sides of this turnout, and then I'll have to use half a stick for the 3-way up there. But the cool thing about this layout is I can add on to it in the future if I wanted to. We could make this track back here longer. We could add a section here, or I could add another section down there. It doesn't matter. But one of the things that I am looking forward to doing with this is having this at the Central Arkansas Train Show and hosting a contest there, where you can pay a small fee to enter the contest, and the prize will probably be, you know, like a brand new locomotive. So that's what I'm hoping to do on it. So in conclusion, I really, as far as the layout in itself, I haven't really got a lot done. I got a little bit done, but not a lot done. My attention has been pulled away with customer installs. I've been working on several locomotives, adding lighting features, kind of like the lighting features added to my Cotton Belt GP7 there. You know, whether it be step lights, platform lights, ditch lights, ground lights, replacing incandescent bulbs with LEDs, it is very, very time consuming. So, which, when I'm having to work on that stuff, it pulls me away from working on this stuff. But their stuff is what's helped funding this stuff here. Along with my channel members are helping as well. So if you're interested in being a channel member, I encourage you to go check out, hit that join button, just check out what I have to offer. I do offer some pretty cool perks for those who are paying members. And for those who do not want to pay, just hitting that subscribe button and hitting the thumbs up, that is actually the biggest support I can get for the channel. So, alright, so hopefully we'll be able to do a video on this pretty soon. I'm going to have to get with Jim on instructions on how to put this stuff together, what type of paints to use, what type of paints not to use. When I get the switching puzzle done, I'll try to do a demo of it, of how it works. And I might not do a demo of it because I don't want to give my secrets away. I might do the demo of it after the train show. And then, when I get new batteries for my GoPro, I'll give a demonstration on the Blunami locomotive too. So. Alright, other than that, that's pretty much all I got for this update for the month of February 2024. Y'all have a great and wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe out there, and happy railroading.